Right, good evening everybody and welcome to Season 8 of GXRS. Apologies for the delay. My Xbox decided to keep signing me out of the Twitch, but I'm here. So, here we go. New season, Meatball, the reigning champion, of course, for those who missed last season. And we're here for Season 8, Round 1 at Bahrain. New teams, new drivers. We've gone cross-play this season as well. So you will see some PC players and some PlayStation players with us as well throughout the season. And hopefully we can get to see some of the new drivers out on track as well. But here is Tom Inferno out on his outlap. There are a few drivers heading out. Q1, 18 minutes for those that don't know. We lose the slowest 5, or only 15 go through to the next part of qualifying. Let's do an onboard lap here with Sniper. He's on the medium compound tyres, heading down towards turn 1, over 200 miles an hour. Brake just after 100 metres, bit of a lock up there, turn in, just under 50 miles an hour. Turn 2, easy flat, don't run too wide on the exit. Then turn 3, easy flat as well. DRS thrown up here as well, heading up towards turn 4. Rate just under 190 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour, opens up for you on the exit. And then short squirt, turn 5, this little left, then look at this quick chicane, 120 miles an hour through the first part, 140 in the second, bring it over to the left-hand side. Down for the hairpin at turn 8, just 55 miles an hour. Straighten the car up as soon as you can, up towards turn 9 and 10, braking and turning through 9 to get down to the 50 mile an hour at turn 10, and then another DRS zone here. Heading down towards turn 11, right on the right hand side. 95 miles an hour, and then it opens up through turn 12. And then look at this, through 13. No lift at all. Then another tricky braking zone into 14. And then a short run down the hill, heading towards the last corner. About 185 miles an hour when you brake, down to 80 for the final part. And Sniper there with a pretty solid lap to begin his Season 8 campaign on 1:31.2. But Cinders has just gone quickest on a 1:30.3. Now Craymole there in the Aston Martin. He is there. And now Phoenix in the RB does a 1:28.9. We've got one of the Williams about to cross the line. That's Adam Fleet's about to start his flying lap. So the next driver, I think, to complete a lap will be this man here, Mr. Blobby in the McLaren. Any of you watching on the Twitch chat, please do come and say hello. CR Mac and Jamie, good to see you guys with us again. And I certainly am looking forward to the new season, Jamie. And I hope you are too, and I hope to see you around as well throughout the season as per normal. Mr. Blobby, by the way, did go quickest, but then has been displaced by this man, Lewis, in the Aston Martin, a 1:28.5. Hardcase has gone 5th in the RB. Tom Inferno with a slow first lap. Maybe just trying to get the tyres up to temperature, as here is Adam Fleets now in the Williams. Good evening, Tinks. Good evening, Steph. Great to be back. I'm pleased I can be here for the start of the season, and I hope you'll be here as much as I can, work depending. But here is Adam Fleets in the Williams, heading down toward the final corner. And I've got to say as well, with this new game, the graphics of the cars are looking incredible as well. It's great to see them. And here comes Adam Fleets now in the Williams. And he now goes fastest of all on a 1:28.4. Don't forget, we're only losing 2 from this session. The top 15 go through into Q2. So a lot of these drivers will be just trying to make sure they get through. Tom Inferno is improving on this lap. Some 6 seconds up. Thomas Soon, new driver. There he is in the Sauber. I am going to call it Sauber, not Kick or anything like that. It's Sauber. And Meatball, the reigning champion there in the Red Bull is starting his campaign. Great to see so many of you online already. Hello. And Davis is out there as well. He is on a lap. Both Haas cars out. Pretty close together. Are they helping each other? Oh, a bit of a slide there from Goblin heading into the pit chicane. And a bit of a lock-up down into the hairpin, but they're all starting laps now. Tom Inferno has dived into the pits. So at the moment, it's Adam Fleets. Lewis has retired from this session. He feels confident enough going through. Then we've got Mr. Blobby in third. Cramol is fourth. Then we've got Phoenix, Thomas, Hardcase, Cinders is eighth. Cam McKenzie is ninth. Sniper is 10th. Then we've got Tom Inferno. He is the last man to have set a lap time at the moment. And I think Cam McKenzie is just coming back into the pits. So it is going to be the two Haas drivers. They're going to be the next two across the line. Goblin out there on the medium tyres. Lewis, you've got to say, is looking very good on those mediums. A 128.5. Only a tenth and a half off fastest of all, as Goblin goes 6th on the 29.6. Davis goes 8th. So those two now do look to be safely through. And Meatballs dived into the pits. There's Matty Jones in the Mercedes. And Ali in the other Red Bull jumps into 5th place. So Sonic about to complete his lap. And where does he go? He goes up into 11th. So Tom Inferno is now the driver at risk in 15th position. But he is on a lap, or on an out lap as we speak. So I think everyone else has completed their laps. Hardcase has stayed out and he's improving again on this lap. Hardcase in the RB. Let's see what he can do. It's 3 tenths up in the first sector on his previous best. That would certainly move him up a couple of places. So let's see what he can do now. As Cam McKenzie jumps up into 12th place in the Williams. Hardcase, middle sector here. He's lost a lot of time. So I think Matty Jones is going to be the next one to set a lap time. And he is indeed. He moves into 9th place. So as it stands, Tom Inferno is out of the session, but he is just starting another lap. Davis has stayed out as well. And then we have Meatball, who's out for his second attempt, and Tech Support are both now out on track as well. So we've got 18 drivers now in this session, so we're going to lose the slowest 3. For those that don't know, only the top 15 make it into Q2. So Lewis there looks like he's done quite a smart thing, saving a set of soft tyres, just using the medium compound tyres for this first session. And you've got to say, looking very quick on them as well. Over a second quicker than the next fastest on the medium tyres. So Lewis looking good so far. Here comes Tech Support about to start his lap. Here's Tom Inferno. Actually a little bit down on his first sector time. Let's see what his middle sector's like. Taking a lot of curb there. And it's a purple middle sector for Tom Inferno, but he's invalidated the lap. Invalidates the lap. Cut across the corner. Coming into turn 14. Let's see if Davis is improving. Now he's coming into the pits, and Tom Inferno is going to try again. Just under 7 minutes to go. Oh, that's Tech Support, spun it. We came to it just the right time. It just gone purple in the first sector as well. And went a little bit too wide out of turn 7. And that is the danger of that curb. If you go a bit too wide on the exit of 7, it will spit you round into a spin like that. So tech support's first effort has been ruined. And Jack is cheering on Adam Fleet's currently fastest in this session. And also as well, I do have a new headset. So can people please give me feedback and make sure it sounds okay? I've got the app up and it sounds okay to me, but if you can just let me know if it all sounds good. No, it's not actually mine, it's my partner's, but never mind. Anyway, here we go. Here comes Meatball now across the line, and he goes 7th fastest on a 1:29.1. And Tech Support, despite that spin, did actually go faster than Tom Inferno. So Cinders has done a 1:30.1. He's 14th at the moment. And there we go. Tom Inferno jumps up to 8th, which knocks Cam McKenzie out of the session as things stand. And Cinders is now the driver at risk. So is Tech Support going to go again? We saw him spin. And I don't know what you mean, Steph. There's nothing wrong with the old one. Never gave me any problems at all. Anyway, Tech Support. Lock up there we saw on the run into turns 9 and 10. So he is still pushing hard. That spin will have damaged his tyres. There's no doubt about it. But let's see what Tech Support he is going for. Look at that. Much quicker in the middle sector than he's been before. So this would knock Cinders out of the session. Snipers down there as well. And Cam McKenzie. They're currently out of this session as things stand, out of qualifying. As Tech Support goes across the line. He goes fastest of all. A 1:28.1. And that is a statement lap time there from Tech Support. So good effort from him. And Phoenix has improved as well to go into 3rd place. And well, for those of you that tuned in quite a bit last season or for the last couple of seasons, we saw just how close the lap times had become between a lot of the drivers. It's happening again, even on a brand new game. Look at the gap between 2nd to 7th. Just 0.4 of a second. Tech Support's got a bit of a gap out front. But it still looks very, very close up and down the field. Again, look at the gap between 10th and 14th. Just 2.5 of a second. And Jamie's saying that Lewis should be the man to beat on soft tyres. He should indeed, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Zonic is on a lap. Here he is. He's currently now the driver at risk in 15th place. I do love that livery on that Sauber, that green and black. Definitely won't miss that car, will you? But let's have a look. He's half a second up in the middle sector. And as it stands, that would lift him into the top 10 and put Davis at risk. So Zonic now out of the last corner, and he does a 29.4, and it does indeed put him 10th. So Matty Jones and Hardcase are now out onto the racetrack. So is this man, Cam McKenzie, currently 17th, and Sniper is just starting his lap as well. So let's have a look. And yes, he's found 0.7 of a second in the first sector. He's a little bit off the pace at the moment. But is this going to be the lap? He saw a little bit of practice just beforehand. And he did look fairly quick, did Sniper. Goblin now has retired from the session, so he's feeling confident. He's 11th. So, but everyone else around him are out there on laps as we speak. Matty Jones is out there on a lap, and as I said, this man Sniper is at 1.6 seconds up. This would put him up into the top 15 and would drop Davis out as things stand. So this is looking like a very good effort here from Sniper, as he heads down towards the line, and he goes 9th. Great lap there from Sniper to put him into the top 10. That's not Davis out of the session. Here comes Matty Jones in the Mercedes. What can he do? He goes up to second on a 28.2. Davis is just starting his lap. Hard case, a fraction down in the first sector to his previous best. Cam McKenzie's finding a lot of time as well. So Goblin here might just regret retiring from the session because he's only 13th, now 14th. Cam McKenzie goes 10th. Cinders is on a lap, Hardcase is on a lap, and so now is Thomas soon here in the other Sauber. And yeah, Davis is on a lap. Let's see how a Hardcase is getting on. Middle sector, he's a fraction up. Thomas Soon is the driver at risk at the moment. And he is also on a lap. He's just about to complete the first sector. And he's found half a tenth in the first sector to his previous best. Let's see what Hardcase can do. If he can improve by 2/10, it will knock Goblin onto the driver at risk. Not quite. He's out of the session, definitely 16th. The Hardcase, Davis is improving though. Davis is improving. Cinders is improving as well. Let's have a look. Davis loses it in the last sector. He was a couple of tenths up and failed to improve. So let's see if Cinders can improve. That might just save Goblin here, you know. Cinders improves but remains 16th by just over half a tenth. He's failed to get out of the bottom three. And here comes Thomas. Can he improve? No, he doesn't. But that is it for qualifying. Tech support fastest. Matty Jones in second. The two Mercedes 1 and 2. The three drivers we lose: Cinders, Hardcase, and Davis. And let's see if he'll be our first interviewee of the season. Let's see if Davis will come and join us for a chat. I hope so. But it's very close again. Look at that, 14th to 18th, just a quarter of a second. Nothing. And between the whole field, less than 2 seconds. Or just over a second and a half. We have been joined by Davis. Davis, please make sure your audio is included so everyone can hear you.
Yeah.
So, well, very unlucky, very, very close, especially down there at the back of the field. Did you make a slight mistake in the final sections? You look like you were on course to get yourself out of out of Q1 there. I mean, was there a slight mistake in the last sector?
Yeah, I messed up the last 2 corners. Downshifted one too many, and then sort of hit the curb a bit hard on the last corner.
Okay, well, new season, new teammate. I know you know him very well, of course, with Goblin. How do you think he's going to get on with you two at the Haas team? Do you think you're going to work well together?
Yeah, he's been helping me out a lot. Been giving me a few tips, helping me out.
Yeah, we saw a bit of teamwork, I'm assuming, as well, in your first run as well, with a bit of slipstreaming from him as well.
Yeah, it's sort of how I like to get my times in. I like to follow a faster car. Follow the line.
Yeah, and looking ahead to the race, obviously you're starting down in the back, but where do you think you can get in the race?
Hoping about 13th, I think, is probably my target from what the pace looked like in Q1.
Okay, well, good luck for the race, Jake. Thank you for being my first interviewee of the season, and
No
I hope to talk to you
worries.
later on.
Thank you. See ya.
See you later. So, into Q2, we lose 3 minutes off the clock. We're down to just 15 minutes now in this session. We lose another 5 drivers at the end of this session, so just 10 make it into Q3. The drivers are already starting to head out on the track. Goblin is out, so is Thomas soon. Goblin, I think, will be very relieved there. He very nearly could have been knocked out in Q1 there. And practically everyone is coming out of the pit lane apart from the 2 Mercedes. They are staying put. And it worked for them last time. Jamie saying Jake for P1. A former teammate, actually, if I remember, of yours, Jamie, if I remember correctly. You and Jake back in the day, several seasons ago. So still showing some loyalty. Aston Martin, I believe, wasn't it? You two were teammates at. But anyway, enough reminiscing. Let's get back on to the job in hand. Everyone is out on track, like I said, apart from the 2 Mercedes of Matty Jones and tech support. So they are deciding to try and stay out of the traffic and just wait for a little bit more clear air. Here is Goblin. He's going to be the first man. We've seen a lot more drivers locking up tyres this season, or so far this session, than I saw in the whole of last season. So, Goblin, former world champion. He's been runner-up twice as well, including last season. What can he do this season? Moved from Ferrari to Haas, his teammate last season. The champion Meatball moved to Red Bull. But what can Goblin do now? They're all started a yellow flag in the final sector. That is one of the McLarens just trying to give himself a bit of extra space. That's Mr. Blobby. So let's see if we can find someone else. There is Lewis in the Aston Martin. And here is one of the new boys on PC, Ali in the Red Bull, Meatball's teammate for this season. Let's see look how close they all are. And Alili's just invalidated his lap, so this won't count. But look how close they all are on their quick laps. This is not what they're going to want here. So Goblin about to go across the line. First lap here in Q2, and he does a 1:28.3. So that's pretty quick when you compare it to the lap times from Q1. Both Saubers have gone into the pits. So Lewis now goes second on a 28.9. Sniper third. Tommy Furno fourth. And Phoenix has gone quickest out on a 28.2. Cremol's gone third in the other Aston Martin. Now Meatball goes second. I said they're all close together. The lap times are coming in thick and fast here. And Cam Mackenzie goes seventh in the Williams. And the other Williams of Adam Fleets is about to cross the line. And he moves up into fourth place. And we're seeing it again. Less than 2/10 covering the top 4. And we've got 5 different teams in the top 5. We've got an RB out front, Red Bull in second, a Haas in third, a Williams in fourth, and an Aston Martin in fifth. But that is incredibly close up at the front and points to a very good and exciting season. And thank you, Seth. Apparently, Ali is not new. He has raced a few times last season. Obviously, I knew that. I was just testing. Well done, Steph. Sorry about that. Right, anyway, the 2 Mercedes are now both out on track, so they've waited for everyone else to set a lap time. And have come out when the track is clearer, or going to be clearer when they start piling into the pits. I don't know if Ali is actually going for a lap here. His fuel light is flashing. So I don't think he's going to have enough fuel. No, he's coming into the pits. So tech support and Matty Jones out on track in the two Mercedes. Zonic and Thomas Soon, the two Saubers pulled into the pits at the end of their first run. Zonic's put on a set of medium tyres. There's only one other person that's tried medium tyres so far in this session, and that's Lewis. He's done a 28.9 up there in 6th position. But let's see what tech support can do. Fastest in Q1, and he's done it again. Look at that, a 1:27.8. And Matty Jones goes 7th on a 28.8. 1 second slower than his teammate. But again, tech support, the only one to have pulled out even the slightest gap between himself and everyone else. So at the moment, Mr. Blobby and Tom Inferno are out of the session. The two still waiting for the two Saubers and Ali in the Red Bull to set a lap time. Here is Zonic now on the medium tyres. So let's see. He did look pretty quick in Q1, but not sure if he'll have the pace on the medium tyres here. Let's see what he can do. His teammate is just coming up to a turn 4. And he's not really pushing it. He's cruising. So he's not. I wonder if he's going to slow down and help his teammate out down the last couple of straights, potentially. Let's see if his teammate is pushing. It looks like his teammate is. So is Zonic here going to try and help his teammate down the last couple of straights, slow him down and give him some slipstream? Two Mercedes are pretty close together. But I think they will surely be coming into the pits. Yes, they are. But let's have a look. On board with Thomas Soon now. And yeah, Zonic is giving his teammate a slipstream. So great teamwork here from some of these new teammates. And it's worked. And Thomas Soon there with a bit of extra straight line speed. He won't make a massive amount of difference down that straight, you would have to say. But Thomas Soon goes 12th fastest on a 1:29.7. And now it's all gone calm because Thomas is the only car out on track now. We have just over 6.5 minutes to go. Still waiting for lap times from Zonic and Ali. Cam McKenzie reporting back that the used tyres were toast. Well, he's currently in 10th position. So at the moment, tech support, Phoenix Grey, Meatball and Goblin are your top 4. Adam Fleets is 5th. Greymalt is 6th. So that's 6 different teams in the top 6. Matty Jones in the second Mercedes is 7th. Then Lewis 8th. Sniper 9th. Cam McKenzie 10th. At the moment, they are the only drivers that are going to be making it through. The drivers out of the session at the moment are Mr. Blobby, this man Thomas that you're looking at, Tom Inferno, Zonic and Alili still yet to set a lap time. Lewis has gone out still on the mediums. And I'm assuming that they're the same medium tyres you use in Q1 as well. So he must feel fairly confident with these tyres that he can get some sort of lap time out of them. Will he live to regret that decision in about 5.5 minutes' time? So there's a Haas coming down the pits as well. That's Goblin. And one of the Mercedes, which I would assume would be Matty Jones. Because Matty isn't that far up. And yes, he is out on track. So Matty Jones, we saw Mercedes first and second. And Seth saying great to see teams working together. It is indeed. It is indeed like the good old days. And certainly in the early part of the season, it's good to work together as teams. Try and get as many points on the board. Obviously, we've seen it a couple of times over the last couple of seasons. Teammates become championship rivals. And later on in the season, that dynamic does tend to change a little bit. But Lewis has come straight back into the pits. And already Tom Inferno has invalidated this lap. So he's got enough time, if he's got the fuel, to just do another cruise lap. And come around again. There is Zonic in the Sauber. He's yet to set the lap time. Goblin's out on track as well. He's currently in 4th place. Same set of tyres though for Goblin in the Haas. He hasn't gone to new sets. And Goblin, it's not the first time he's driven the Haas. If I remember correctly, the first time he ever drove in the league, he was in Haas. Back in season 2, I believe. Might even be season 1, but I think it might be season 2. And Tom Inferno, I'm pretty sure, was at Ferrari as well before, if my memory serves me correctly. So, and I think tech support's driven for Mercedes before now as well. So it's a few drivers going back to previous teams. Let's see what Zonic is doing. Here he is in the Sauber. Down towards turn 11. Struggled a little bit to get the car turned in. Yeah, still fighting the front end of the car a little bit. But can he get a lap time on the board now, which will get him into the top 10? Tech support's retired from the session. He feels he's done enough. And there's a lot of cars now heading out. Mr. Blobby's just starting his lap. Here comes Sonic now across the line. Can he get into the top 10? No, not at the moment. Fraction slower than his teammate. He's 13th. Tom Inferno's improving in the first sector. What about Mr. Blobby in the McLaren? There he is. And is that Goblin spun? It is. Goblin spun in the last corner. He should be okay. He's 4th. But Matty Jones is out on a lap. Mr. Blobby, 4 tenths up on his previous best in the first sector. And with how close it is, that 4 tenths would put him comfortably into the top 10 as things stand. So Zonic, I think that might be it for him, unless he's got enough battery to, enough fuel, sorry, to get round and do another lap. Here comes Tom Inferno. Can he get himself into the top 10? Yes, he can. He goes 4th. A fraction quicker than Goblin. So Cam McKenzie now just starting his timed lap. And Mr. Blobby moves up to 7th. Mr. Blobby goes 7th. So that's knocked Sniper out of the session and puts Lewis at risk. Lewis is the driver at risk at the moment. And Cam McKenzie is going nowhere. He won't be improving. Thomas soon can't improve either. And Ali is just starting his. He's going to have 1 attempt at this. Graymall's on a lap as well. Let's see. No, Matty Jones not improving. So Adam Fleet's on a lap. And so is Phoenix Gray. And Phoenix is improving. At the moment, not quick enough to displace tech support at the top. So Thomas Soon is definitely out of the session. Definitely. He's in the pits. Here comes Phoenix. He improves to 28-0. And Sniper moves up into 10th. So Sniper has knocked Lewis out of the session as things stand. So Cam McKenzie's out as well. Zonic is improving. Ali's on a lap as well. Lewis has found 8 tenths of a second in the first sector. Look at that slide though out of turn 8. So Kramer's pitted. So we're waiting for Ali and Zonic to get lap times on the board here. Here comes Ali. He goes 6. Zonic. I think Zonic must have made a mistake. He was a lot closer. Oh, no, he is improving. No, he's out of fuel. Zonic fails to improve. Zonic is out of the session. Matty Jones is now the driver at risk. If Lewis can get this right, he will knock out Matty Jones. And he does. He goes fastest of all by a mile. Lewis. Well, Jamie scored it at the end of Q1, didn't he? Said Lewis should be the man to beat on softs. And look at that, 7 tenths quicker than the rest of the field. Sniper has been knocked out as well. So has Matty Jones. There's your bottom 5. Matty Jones, Sniper, Cam McKenzie, Thomas Soon and Zonic all out of the session. And, well, tech support, I don't think can quite believe that time himself. That Lewis has just pulled out the bag. A 127.1. 7 tenths quicker than anybody else. Wow. So, there we go. Session's now over. And Zonic there saying frustrated you were up. You might have even had a chance of going through. Let's see if someone else will come and have a chat with us. Let's see. Let's see if Cam McKenzie will come. He's 13th on the grid. And tech support, they're hoping it's just track evolution that's caused that lap time of Lewis's. Well, I don't know. And no, we don't appear to have Cam, unfortunately. So, here we go. Q3. We lose another 3 minutes on the clock. Everyone who has made it into Q3 gets an extra set of soft tyres to play with as well. 2 runs comfortably, you would think, in this session. But who is going to be the first one to blink here in Q3? Here we go. Some drivers are starting to head out now. And Goblin is the first one. Also out is Ali in the Red Bull and Phoenix in the RB. And that's all right, Cam. Because hopefully talk to you at some point. They're all starting to come out of the pits. Tech support's out as well, and only 2 teams have got both drivers into Q3. That's Red Bull with Meatball and Ali, and Aston Martin with Lewis and Kramer. Apart from that, we've got 7 different teams in Q3, so looking like it's going to be another very close season. Meatball and Tom Inferno are choosing to stay in the pits. Let's ride on board with Goblin, see how his car is behaving. If he starts his final lap here in Q3, Sniper's annoyed, but still a good start to your season there, Sniper. Look how late he breaks in. Just about 120 metres before turn 1. From the fastest point on the circuit to the slowest corner on the circuit. It is incredible just how late they break. Turn 4, of course, they're uphill braking. You can brake even later for that corner. And yes, Cam, you're right, the Constructors' Championship is going to be close this season. There is a car just in front of Goblin at the moment. That is the RB. It looks like a Phoenix. No, it wasn't Phoenix. It was a Red Bull, sorry. The Red Bull of Meatball on his outlap, getting nicely out of the way. So, well, who's going to get pole position here tonight? It could be anyone, really. I mean, Lewis is looking undoubtedly quick, and Tech Support's off. Tech Support is off, and he's beached in the gravel trap. Tech Support is beached in the gravel trap. I'm trying to remember, there was definitely someone that happened to a few seasons ago here in the race, but Tech Support is out of the session. As meanwhile, Phoenix Grey goes quickest by a fraction from Goblin. And Ali goes third. But Tech Support, one of the contenders for pole position, you'd have thought. He's stuck in the gravel trap. I think it might have been Andrew a few seasons ago, if I remember rightly. In the Alpha Tower, he got beached in that gravel trap. It can happen there. Kremol goes fourth on a 1:28.9. Here comes Adam Fleets that Cam is backing for pole position, but he's invalidated his lap and he's coming into the pits. So, Lewis, we saw his pace at the end of Q2, and he's done again 27.4. Yeah, Cam, I'm pretty sure it was Piercy a few seasons ago when he was racing in the league at that corner, and I'm sure it was a Toro Rosso. He spun off in the race there, I think, and got beached in that gravel trap, if I remember rightly. But Lewis has gone fastest. Here comes Meatball about to complete his lap. Lewis is fastest. Where does Meatball go? He now goes fastest on a 27.1. Well, that is matched what Lewis did in Q2. So, showing Lewis he's not going to have it all his own way. Up at the front. Meatball from Lewis. The two old rivals. Right up there. Phoenix is third at the moment in the RB. Fourth is Goblin. Then Ali is fifth. Mr. Blobby sixth. And Kremol seventh. They're the only drivers to have set lap times at the moment. Tom Inferno is on a lap as well. And yes, definitely sandbagging this whole time. There was a Meatball. What can Tom Inferno do as he heads down to the final corner? He goes across the line, and he goes fifth on a 28.2. Again, look how close it is, third to fifth. Less than a tenth. So we know he's going to be 10th on the grid. So it's going to be the calm before the storm once again as to before we see the second runs here in Q3. Phoenix has decided to jump the queue a little bit. Text, but I do feel for you, mate. I really do. That's very unlucky. Very unusual. But very, very unfortunate as well. So Phoenix is the first driver to venture out on track. We've got 4.5 minutes to go. Cremol has joined him out on track as well. And the McLaren of Mr. Blobby is trundling down the pit lane as well as we speak. He is 7th at the moment in the McLaren. So strong start to the season for Mr. Blobby. We saw last season he certainly was progressing up the field, and he seems to be continuing that into this season. So Phoenix now starting his, what will surely be his final attempt. We've gone completely dark now here at the Bahrain International Circuit. The flood, oh, look at that. Almost drifting into turn 1. Will that have cost him time? You'd think it surely will. As he comes up into turn 4. Let's have a look. First sector. No, he's found a 10.5. Well, that's the way to do it then, people. Drift into turn 1. So still only Phoenix, Mr. Blobby and Cremol out on track at the moment. Cremol's about to start his lap. So Phoenix now coming into turn 11. Such a fast entry into that corner. Through turn 13, he's 0.3 of a second up. But the pace of the top 2, he's a second off pole position, but still in 3rd place. As he comes out of the final corner. And he does a 27.7. So put some daylight between himself and Goblin. Cremol's found 0.3 of a second in the first sector. That would move him up to just in front of Mr. Blobby at the moment as things stand. And Mr. Blobby himself has found 0.2 of a second in the first sector compared to his previous best. Goblin is now heading out onto the track. So is Tom Inferno. And looks like Adam Fleets as well. So Cremol a couple of tenths up in the middle sector. So what can Cremol do here? He does a 28.5 and it moves him up into 7th place. Mr. Blobby, 0.4 of a second up. That would put him around Tom Inferno, that kind of position. Sniper cheering on his teammate here as we head to the line with Mr. Blobby. He goes 4th. Great final sector from him. And it puts him on the 2nd row of the grid. Great lap from Mr. Blobby. Everyone else is now out on out laps. As Phoenix is out of fuel. They're coming into the pits, but what a lap there from Mr. Blobby. As Tom Inferno now starts his final run here. The 2 Aston Martins. Well, Lewis is on an out lap. It's going to be close for him to get round in time. We've only got about 30 seconds to go. Adam's just about to start his lap. It's going to be very close, I think, actually, for Lewis. As Tom Inferno finds a couple of seconds, and that's Goblin off! And it almost in the same place as tech support, and he's spun it again, so Goblin is not going to improve here. Goblin is going to remain 5th. And Lewis has just started his lap time in time. But Goblin is going to be 5th at best. Tom Inferno is improving. He's a fraction behind him at the moment. Middle sector coming up for Tom Inferno. Nearly 0.3 of a second up. He might just break into the 127s here. Let's have a look as he comes out of the final corner here. Tom Inferno, can he get himself into the top 2 rows? He can indeed. At 27.9, he goes 4th. Adam Fleetwood here in the Williams. Hasn't set a time yet here in Q3. He is about to. As he comes out of the final corner. What sort of lap time is he going to do? At 27.6, he goes 3rd. Meatball improves again. Look at that, a 1:26.9. What a lap from Meatball. Oh, and Lewis has spun it. Lewis has spun it. So Meatball takes pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and in the end by half a second from Lewis, who you can't up winning, did have a bit more pace in there, but spun on his lap, as did Goblin, who rides up 7th in the end. Adam Fleetwood goes 3rd, with Phoenix in 4th, 5th for Tom Inferno. Mr. Blobby 6th in the McLaren. Goblin 7th. Ali 8th. Kramer 9th. And, well, very unlucky for tech support. I think he definitely had the pace to be in the top couple of rows. But he's out of qualifying. Let's speak to our pole man, Meatball. If he can join us. I hope he can. Yeah, half a second in the end. I think Lewis was improving on his lap. And Meatball has joined us. Please do include your audio, Meatball, so everyone can hear you on the stream. Pole position in the end looked quite comfortable by half a second. How easy for you was it out there this evening?
It was all right, to be fair. I mean, like after Q1 in particular, especially because the plan was to do Q1 and Q2 on the same tire, and then I invalidated the first run in Q1, and all I could think was, well, I am finished. But I managed to get that done, which is the main goal. So I had 3 tires for Q3, but only needed 2, so got a free set now. But I couldn't be happier, to be honest.
Yeah, and who do you think is going to be your main sort of rival for pace? I mean, Lewis looked quick, had a spin in that last run of his, but do you think he's looking like your main rival in terms of pure speed so far?
Yeah, he is. He's quick. He's quick, especially in Q2. It's like proper, like he's got some pace, but he's going to be dangerous. But you never know. Like it's anything. It can turn on his head completely, and everything kind of go sideways with a safety car or something. So I think first race of the season, you got to keep your eyes on everyone. So.
Definitely. Well done on your pole position, and good luck for the race, and hopefully talk to you later.
Thank you very much, man.
No worries. So we've got a few minutes gap between now and the start of the race, and well, you've got to say after that, I'm sure you'll agree, it is shaping up to be a very exciting season. Looking very, very close. Stay tuned. Round 1 of Season 8 is on its way. The Bahrain Grand Prix is next. So here we go. We're underway for the formation lap here for the first race of the season. And if you just, by the way, notice those stats that Steph put up on the screen. Thank you, Steph, for all your hard work with that. They were quicker this season in qualifying by 1.7 seconds. 1:28.6 for pole position last season, and 26.9 this season. Incredible. Well, anyway, let's run through the grid and the tyres that everyone's running on. Meatball starts on pole on the softs with Lewis alongside him on the hard tyres. Look how Adam Fleetwood in third place in the Williams. He starts on the soft tyres as well. Phoenix alongside him in the RB starts on the mediums. Row 3, Tom Inferno in the Ferrari starts on mediums. And Mr. Blobby in the McLaren starts on soft tyres. Row 4, Goblin in the Haas on the mediums, and Ali in the second Red Bull also on the medium compound tyres. 7 different teams in the top 7, by the way, so it's looking good for the constructors already this season. Row 5, Crable in the Aston Martin starts on the softs, and Tech Support in the first of the Mercedes starts on hard tyres. Row 6, Matty in the second Mercedes starts on the mediums, and Sniper in the second of the two McLaren starts on soft tyres. Row 7, Cam Mackenzie in the Williams with Thomas, the first of the Saubers. Mediums for Cam, softs for Thomas. Row 8, Sonic in the second Sauber, and Cinders in the Ferrari. They start on soft tyres. And row 9, Hardcase in the RB starts on mediums, and Davis in the Haas starts on hard compound tyres. And yes, sorry, we weren't here last season. Oh, look at that! Lewis has spun on the way to the grid. Lewis has spun it on the grid. I've never seen that before. But anyway, thank God, I will just say as well, it looks like I have a decent camera angle for the start of the race for once, instead of having cameras at the back of the grid. So, well, we know those hard tyres are hard to warm up. Well, Lewis has just demonstrated it there with a spin on the way to the line. Here we go. The 5 lights are on. And it's lights out. And away we go for season 8. It's a great start from Goblin down there near the back. And also Adam Fleetwood's had a good start. Lewis has not had a good start at all. Goblin's had a fantastic start there. Up into nearly third position already, round the outside of Lewis. But Meatball leads us away. Adam Fleet with a great start and almost contact between Lewis and Goblin. But Lewis hangs on to third position, and Sniper has gone off in the first corner, but he's recovered to the track now. But look at that already, the top 2 sprinting away. Lewis, those hard tyres, they're going to take a while to warm up. And already he's holding up a huge train of cars. Adam Fleet locks up a little bit into the hairpin. As Cam Mackenzie gets past, Matty Jones has the car off, that's Cam. Was there contact with the Mercedes? But Cam Mackenzie got off, I just saw him spearing off towards the wall. But he has recovered, doesn't look like there's any damage. I think Matty was involved in that because he's also dropped down several places. But coming towards the end of lap 1, and Meatball and Adam Fleets pulling away nearly 2 seconds clear of Lewis already. Don't forget the new rules for this season. The DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap. We don't have to wait 2 laps anymore. It's after 1 lap it gets enabled. And look, Adam Fleet is not letting Meatball get away. But look at the queue up behind Lewis as Goblin now is going for it. Lewis is going to try and duck back into the slipstream down the pit straight, but these two already over 2 seconds behind us. Goblin locks up and Lewis has got the inside line. This is going to be close through turn 2. And they're going to be wheel to wheel, but Lewis has made it stick. He's got the DRS, and Goblin, because he was ahead of the detection point, loses 3 places. Tommy Fono Kramer also get past. Adam Fleetwood very close indeed to the back of Meatball, but unable to find a way past. But Goblin, they're very unlucky, was ahead of Lewis at the detection point, so everyone behind him had DRS and he didn't, and he's dropped back to 6th place as a result. So, Meatball from Adam Fleets. Then 3.5 seconds back to this gap. This battle here. And look at Adam Fleetwood giving Meatball a run for his money. But somehow, Lewis is hanging on in third place. He's got to wait for those hard tyres to warm up. They do take a while. There's your winners and losers off the start. Goblin, well, he was 4th at one point. He started 7th. Kramer's gained 4 places. Phoenix has dropped 6 places down to 10th. There's Adam Fleets. Sets fastest lap of the race. He's going for the lead. Adam Fleets goes into the lead of the race. And Tom Inferno gets past Lewis. Now can Meatball fight Adam back again? He will have DRS on the run up to turn 4. There's a Ferrari running very wide. That's Cinders. Meatball not quite close enough, but Tom Inferno up into 3rd place now. Ahead of Lewis. And there's a car off. That is Davis. Zonic's in the pits. But Davis spun it in turn 1. But these two are 4 seconds clear already on lap 3 of the cars behind them. And it is at such a close battle all the way really from 3rd to 14th. Oh, and that's Sonic off already. Again, finding those hard tyres difficult to warm up. But this could be a very good battle here for a while, these two. Very close together. Look at that gap behind them. Nearly 5 seconds to Tom Inferno. But they're all within DRS, all the way back to Hardcase in 12th place. And Sniper gets past Cinders and up into 13th position. Now can Meatball come back at the Williams? He can indeed. Adam going defensive, but a little bit too late. And Lewis has got back past Tom Inferno. And, yeah, Goblin was having a bit of a look there at Kramer. Couldn't quite find a way through. But lap 4 of this race, and these two are still pulling away very quickly. Lewis has retaken 3rd place. Davis gets past Cam McKenzie. It will be about now, about lap 4, that these hard tyres will start to give the grip that they're going to do. They just take such a long time to warm up. And we are seeing the gap stabilising between the top 2 and that man back there, Lewis, in the Aston Martin. And Lewis starting to stretch now away a little bit from Tom Inferno. So Goblin will be hoping to find a way past Kramer as well. Kramer's lost the DRS at the moment to Tom Inferno. But are we going to see another change of position for the lead here? Is Adam Fleetwood going to be close enough? I don't think he will on that. Let's have a look. It will have to be a late lunge if it is. No, not quite close enough. Is Tom Inferno close enough? As Goblin gets past Kramer, and so does Ali. Oh, look at that. Kramer went for a bit of a dive and almost connected with the back. And Thomas soon there is up into 9th place. And now Tech Support's got past Kramer as well. So those soft tyres do look as if they're starting to fade quite quickly. Because they certainly haven't got the pace advantage they did in the early laps. But still, the top 2, 5 seconds clear of Lewis. Goblin now, oh, Kramer almost had a look back up the inside of Texamore there. Just about got the car slowed down in time. Then we've got another good battle here. Thomas soon, Mr. Blobby, Phoenix fighting over 9th, 10th and 11th, the bottom few point scoring positions. Cam McKenzie, by the way, has made a pit stop. He has come out in 17th position on a brand new set of the soft compound tyres. Oh, and that's Mr. Blobby gone wide. And look at Phoenix going round the outside of turn 13. That's brave. And that's Sonic again. Sonic's round at turn 4. Really struggling with those hard tyres, isn't he? Really struggling. And Adam Fleetwood having another look at Meatball on the way into turn 1. Not quite close enough. And I thought there was another yellow flag there. There was briefly. Here comes Adam Fleetwood. He's having a look into 4 this time as Craybolt gets past tech support. Mr. Blobby gets past Thomas soon. And look at this, Goblin and Ali as well. There's so much action everywhere. But can Goblin make this one stick on Ali? Yes, he can. So, Meatball from Adam Fleetwood. And look at this. Goblin up into 5th place now. 2 seconds behind Tommy Inferno. Tommy Inferno's now 2.5 seconds behind Lewis. So those hard tyres now are really coming good for Lewis. He's just about maintaining the gap now to the top 2 and pulling away quite nicely now from Tom Inferno in 4th place. So here we go again, lap 6 of this race about to be completed. Is Adam Fleetwood close enough this time? He's closer than he was on the last lap. I think he will be, you know. And Adam Fleetwood goes back into the lead of this race. And who's that? That is someone off. That's Phoenix off. Phoenix off in the last corner. And is he coming in the pits? No, he's not. But Phoenix off in the last corner. Oh my God, there's so much action everywhere. Look at that big lock up. Big lock up. That was Matty Jones into turn 1. And lost a couple of places. Hardcase and Cinders are through there. Oh, contact. Contact. Hardcase there. Tried to turn in and, well, Cinders was never really going to let that one go. Cinders up into 11th place now in the Ferrari. Manny Jones and Mr. Blobby are riding there. Tech support, by the way, is up into 6th place now. Quiet start to the race really from Tech support from 10. Oh, a big slide there from Goblin. But Tech support also on those hard tyres is starting to make them work. Adam Fleetwood's almost broken DRS there to Meatball. So Adam Fleetwood really pushing on here on this lap. So he didn't have DRS there, Meatball. But just about got enough slipstream to put himself close. He'll have it this time down the next straight. And Thomas Soon is in. Thomas Soon in the Sauber is coming into the pits. He was in 10th. And, well, if this is just for tyres, then it's worse than we thought. And it is. A set of hard tyres going on for him. But that is just 7 laps he's managed on those tyres. Davis there just going through. But a nice, clear piece of racetrack for that Sauber to come into. There is Cam McKenzie in the background. And Sonic is really struggling, isn't he? He just cannot get any grip on those tyres for whatever reason. And he is, in fact, about to be lapped by the top 2 here, is Sonic. Now he spun it again. So I don't know what's going on there. And, yeah, Steph saying those on mediums are starting to struggle. They really are. Look at the gap between Lewis and Tom Inferno. Nearly 6 seconds now. Now, Meatball this time is going to be a lot closer. They're carrying on. And Meatball with DRS goes through and reclaims the lead once again. This is a terrific battle. And Tom Inferno and Goblin are in, so is Kremol. So hard tyres going on, certainly on Kremol and on Goblin. Tom Inferno though coming out on mediums, but look at the queue of cars that are coming out behind. And there, steaming down the pit straight is Davis. And, well, that's good teamwork there. Davis was just about in front of his teammate. He lets his teammate go, and Davis spins it! Davis spins it! They are struggling for grip out there, aren't they? So loses another place there to Thomas soon. But these two, there are 4 drivers in the race who started on soft tyres who are still running them. They're these two here, Meatball and Adam Fleetwood. Sniper, who's now up to 6, and Cinders, who's up to 7. So if those on mediums are struggling, then those on softs must be really struggling, but they're still going. And, oh, a bit of a dummy there between those two. And Adam Fleetwood's dived toward the pit lane. Meatball swapped across, then in the end Adam Fleetwood decided to stay out. Now we've seen those on the new hard tyres struggling for grip. This could be a very important couple of laps here for Adam Fleetwood. Just trying to see where Meatball's come out. Meatball's come out in, oh look at that, he's already struggling. Struggling to slow the car down there into turn 1, but he has come out in 5th place. Few more drivers pitting, Sniper, Cinders and Hardcase. Now, will Adam Fleetwood pit now? We've already seen Meatball struggling. He will have lost time with that down into turn 1. So the top 4 currently in this race are yet to stop. Adam Fleetwood on those soft tyres, still going. Now, he dummied Meatball, you have to say, to a certain extent. We saw Meatball struggling on his way out of the pits. Will Adam pit at the end of this lap? Let's have a look as he comes out of the final corner. He will. Now, I'll try and keep an eye on where Lewis is. Because this could be, not Lewis, Meatball. Lewis has gone into the lead. Meatball into the final corner. Let's have a look. Where is Adam Fleetwood going to come out? It's going to be very close between them, you know. But I think Meatball's just going to have it. It's going to be close. They're going to be wheel to wheel into turn 1. This is the fight for the lead. Oh, and Meatball sweeps into turn 1. Just in front of Adam Fleetwood. So, wow. The dummy didn't quite work for Adam Fleetwood there. And Zonic is round again, I think. He is really struggling a long way down. Matty Jones there in the pit lane coming out just, oh, look at that. Cinders outbrakes himself into turn 1. Davis is in there as well. Oh, and Zonic's completely off. And Zonic coming into the pits. And he's retired from the race, so he becomes our first retirement. But this now is your race leader, Lewis, in the Aston Martin. He's got a 7-second lead over tech support. Those hard tyres do seem to be a good race tyre to be on right now, because those two out front are on those hard tyres. Ali Pitts in the Red Bull. He was in 3rd place. Also yet to stop. So where does he come out Phoenix, I think, will get past him. So will Tom Inferno. Phoenix yet to stop in this race. Tom Inferno goes through. Just about, almost outbreaks the Salvador Tom, but and Adam Fleetwood, and look at this, Meatball fighting. This is for the net lead of the race, and Adam Fleetwood has just made it stick. Adam is through. Adam's through, up into third. These two are 17 seconds behind Lewis, but don't forget, Lewis will be stopping much later in this race and should be going on to a much quicker set of tyres. And we know from qualifying he should have a set of softs spare that he can use. So that could be an important battle. And as well, if they keep fighting, especially giving Lewis a bit more of a lead, if Lewis can go a bit further and get those medium tyres on, come out on much fresher, softer tyres, he could be one to watch later in the race. These two are 7 seconds clear of Tom Inferno. Phoenix is yet to stop in 6th position at the moment in the RB. The only other driver yet to stop in this race is Davis in 15th. He spun early on, if you remember. And here goes Meatball once again, sweeping past Adam Fleetwood. So this is for the net lead of this race. Here is your actual race leader at the moment. Lewis by 7.5 seconds from tech support, and he is pushing it. You can see there. He is pushing there, Lewis. As Mr. Bob Blobby gets past Thomas soon and up into 11th. So, well, these two, what a battle they're having. And they're still very quickly catching the top two. But what is going to happen between these two? Don't all take support out here either of a good result, because he's up in 2nd at the moment. And he's in the same position as Lewis. He's going to be able to put on a set of fresher, softer tyres. And potentially close up in the closing stages of this race. We're almost at the halfway point now of this race, can you believe? We're on lap 14. Lewis continues to lead. And the lead is now 8 seconds. He's 17 seconds clear of this battle. Incredible battle these two are having. As here comes Adam Fleetwood once again. Is he close enough? No, he decided against it this time. As Phoenix picks from 8, he was 6th in this race. And yes, Jamie, I do have a fan in the background. I'll turn it off. If you can hear it, I apologise. So, where does Phoenix come out? He comes out in 14th position. And he immediately locks up into turn 1. Look how close these two... These guys here are fighting extremely hard over 15th position in this race. And look, and so are these two for 12th. Cinders and Matty Jones fighting extremely hard. But Lewis still pulling away from tech support quite comfortably at the moment. He's 8.5 seconds clear. Just going to compare their lap times here. Lewis does a 1:32.5. Tech support a 33.2. So still about 3/4 of a second a lap quicker. Meatball does a 31.8. So, well, another 3/4 of a second again quicker than Lewis. So they are homing in on Lewis despite their incredible fight that they're having. Tom Inferno there could be an interesting one to keep an eye on. He is in 5th position. He went on to medium tyres at his stop. Will he be able to make those last to the end? It will be tough from there. We saw those on the medium tyres in the first stint struggling after 11 or 12 laps, if not earlier, probably more like 9 or 10 laps. So will he be able to make those tyres last to the end of the Grand Prix? That will be a tough one for him as Davis pits in the Haas. And a new front wing going on the Haas. We must have had contact with someone earlier on. And a set of soft tyres going on as Hardcase gets a penalty. And there is Davis, and he's not far away from being lapped here by Lewis, is he? There is Lewis, your race leader. His lead is now 9.5 seconds over this man, Tech Support. Then look at these two. Still, like they've been from the first lap, nose to tail. And Adam not quite close enough. Saving a lot of battery there is Adam. As Phoenix gets past Cinders and up into 13th position. And well, there's that question answered. Tommy Furno pits from 6th position. Set of hard tyres going on. Now, where's he going to come out? He's going to drop out of the points, I think. Yeah, there's Thomas Hume going past. So Thomas Hume moves up into 10th place. And apparently Hardcase moved in Davis's braking zone, braking Davis's end fence on his front wing. So that's why Davis had to stop. But Tommy Fono comes out in 11th position. So the top 10 at the moment, Lewis from Tech Support, Meatbell in 3rd, Adam Fleetwood is 4th. But those two are in a net battle for the lead at the moment, as the top 2 are the only 2 now who have not stopped. Goblin is 5th in the Haas, 6th for Ali. Cramol is 7th in the Aston Martin. The 2 McLarens having a good race at the moment in 8th and 9th. And Thomas Soon is the last of the point scorers at the moment in 10th place in the Sauber. Very quickly, the rest of the runners. Tommy Furno, 11th. Matty Jones, 12th. Then Phoenix Gray, 13th. Then we've got Cinders, Cam, Hardcase and Davis. Only Zonic has retired from this race so far. And Meatball does seem to have a bit of an edge now on Adam Fleetwood. Adam not able for the last few laps to get close enough to have an attack on the Red Bull. But we have also seen, if you look there at that graphic in the centre of your screen, he's got a lot of battery saved up, a lot more than Meatball has. So these two now are just 5 seconds behind Tech Support, 15 seconds off the leader as Mr. Blobby gets past Sniper. The 2 McLarens swap places. Cinders gets past Phoenix. Matty Jones in there as well. That lot have been fighting for a long time, those 3. Throw a duvet over the 3 of them at the moment. But how much longer is this man going to stay out? If he can get a couple more laps out of those tyres, he may be able to go to a set of soft tyres and go to the end here. That's going to be an interesting one later on in this race. 32.7 on that lap from Lewis. And Tech Support does a 33.2. So still losing about half a second a lap. And Meatball and Fleetwood are still gaining on Lewis by about a second a lap at the moment. While it is a little bit quieter, I'm going to open it up to you guys on the Twitch stream. Oh, sorry, I'll come back to that. Adam Fleetwood's going for the lead. Or net lead, currently 3rd, and he's got it. But yes, as I said, I'm going to open it up for you guys on the Twitch chat. Get your votes in for driver of the day. Type the name of the driver who you think deserves driver of the day into the chat, and I'll tally them up and give you the result at the end. Cramol has made a second stop. So that's dropped him out of the points. New set of medium compound tyres going on that Aston Martin, and he comes out just behind Hardcase into 15th position. Cam McKenzie in the pits as well. So he's running in 16th position. So how much longer are these leaders going to carry on? Still Lewis going. The lead is out to 11 seconds now over tech support. And he dives into the pit, so he knows he was being caught quickly by those behind. Did want to get involved in a battle with them. And Meatball goes back past Adam Fleetwood again. Oh, then locks up and runs wide. Will that open the door again for Adam? Let's have a look. It does indeed. What a fight these two are having. And they've been totally fair. They've not taken each other out. There's been no weaving or anything like that. They've given each other space. But what a battle they're having. 14 seconds now is the lead of Lewis. Out in the lead. How much would he be praying for a safety car right now? And look at this. The Sauber and the Ferrari fighting overnight. The two Toms fighting for 2 points. Thomas soon defending hard. Tom Inferno trying to go around the outside. That'll be brave. And there's almost contact and Tom Inferno nearly spins out of it. Well, hard but fair, I would say, from what I can see of that. And Thomas soon retains the place. So as I said, the two Toms fighting over 2 points at the moment for 9th position. Oh, Tom Inferno much braver on the brakes. That just behind them is Phoenix in the RB. He is running in 11th place. And here goes Tom Inferno. Oh, that was a little bit of argy-bargy. And, well, ran Thomas soon out off the track there. Little bit naughty, perhaps, but, well, I'm sure the stewards will have a look at that later on. Sniper, by the way, has got back past Mr. Blobby. So the two McLarens here having a great fight for what is now 7th position in this race. Good start to the season here for these two McLarens. Both looking like they're going to get some good points. Don't take each other out, boys. Tech support, by the way, on his medium tyres that he put on at his stop has now got past Ali and up into 5th place. And, well, surely now Lewis is going to go for softs when he does stop. I reckon he'll come out about 10 seconds behind these two. Behind him, Adam and Meatball, who are still fighting hard. Cam McKenzie there, fastest lap of the race on a 1:31.1. And Lewis comes in. So he should come out ahead of Goblin. And who is that round? That was someone round. Is that Ali? Yeah, there was definitely somebody gone round there. But anyway, here is now the race leader after yet another overtake for the lead. Meatball, as tech support now sets fastest lap of the race on a 1:30.0. And yes, as I thought, set of soft tyres gone on for Lewis. And he comes out only 8 seconds off the two race leaders, with 8 laps to go, as tech support now gets past Coplin. And I think it was Hardcase who was spinning round. Yeah, tech support is flying along nicely as well. He's up now to 4th. And, well, Lewis already taking a second out of the two in front of him. He is flying. So this top 2 is soon going to be a top 3. As Cinders pits in the Ferrari, as does Hardcase. They both pit. So, well, that will make these two sit up and take notice, I think. With Lewis coming out of the pits and already taken 2 seconds out of them. As here goes Adam Fleets up into the race lead once again. Hardcase there, very cautiously coming out of the pit lane to not get in the way. Is Meatball going to be close enough to have a look this time? No, he isn't. But how quickly will Lewis catch it? It was 6 seconds at the end of at the start of this lap. As Mr. Blobby pits. I'm surprised at that, unless there was contact with his teammate. And, well, they're serving a 5-second penalty, isn't it, as well? It does drop him well out of the points, down into 13th place. So maybe these hard tyres aren't lasting as well as we thought. And look at this, Thomas Soon again getting his elbows out, this time on Phoenix Gray. Oh, and this time he comes off worse than Phoenix is through. Phoenix up into 9th. Thomas Soon somehow, he seems to be being overtaken every 5 minutes, but he's still in the points. And, well, Lewis is catching the top 2 on this lap by 3 seconds. Oh, well, at that sort of pace. Oh, 32.1 for Adam on that last lap. Lewis, a 29.2. As Meatball retakes the lead once again. And Hardcase has retired from this race as well. So 2 retirements. Don't forget, keep your votes coming in for driver of today. We've got 1 vote so far. Keep them coming. But there is Lewis in the background, and surely he's going to have such an advantage when he does catch up to the leaders that they won't be able to do anything about it. Lap 23 of 29. And this is the battle for the lead. There is Meatball and Adam Fleetwood, who have been in the lead from the start and been swapping positions several times, but are still 1 and 2. And then Lewis, who went long on his strategy, started on the hard compound tyres, stayed out as long as he could, and went to a set of softs. And look at the advantage. That 6 seconds he had a couple of laps ago has gone. He's now within DRS of Adam Fleetwood in front of him. We've got 2 votes in. Keep them coming. And here goes Adam Fleetwood. It's almost a little bit like he has to get past him now and hope that Lewis holds up Meatball while trying to get past him. Here we go. Here is Lewis's first opportunity. He's right in the slipstream. Meatball goes defensive. He's going to have a look back up the inside of Adam Fleetwood. Now Lewis trying to get around the outside. Meatball running him out of road. And somehow Lewis hangs on, but Meatball still got the inside line for turn 6, 7. And Lewis round the outside. What a move. What a move by Lewis. And round the outside of turn 6. He refused to yield. Meatball did all he could there to keep him behind, and Lewis just braved it out around the outside. Fantastic driving by the pair of them. And now, well, I think Adam Fleetwood must be fearing the worst now. And already, and Lewis is through. Lewis is through and into the lead of the race. Well, now he's just got to hope he hasn't taken too much out of those tyres in these laps that he's been pushing, and that they last him to the end. That's all he's got to hope now. But let's have a look. I mean, Adam Fleetwood's trying to come back at him here. Adam Fleetwood in the DRS, and Adam Fleetwood's going around the outside. Lewis a lot later on the brakes. He's got so much more confidence. And, well, I think that was the one opportunity gone there. I think Lewis will disappear now up the road. And, well, it was brave. But, well, Lewis, what a try, really. Kept out of trouble at the start of this race. And now has done a brilliant strategy, which has meant he's romped up to the back of the race leaders and has gone into the lead with just 4 laps to go at the end of this race. Tom Inferno and Sniper fighting over 7th place. Sniper refusing to give that position up. And Tom Inferno there trying desperately to get through but can't make it stick. And there's a Mercedes off. Is that Matty Jones? It is Matty Jones off at the first couple of corners. He was fighting with Mr. Blobby. That is for 12th place. But now Lewis still just streaking away. 2 seconds clear. Meatball and Adam Fleetwood now fighting for 2nd position in this race. And Meatball, well, they've resumed battle once again, as Meatball goes into 2nd place, back past Adam Fleetwood. So don't forget, keep your votes coming in for driver of the day. We've got 2 so far. Keep them coming. But what a race by Lewis. As I said, he qualified up near the front. Not as far up as he would have liked with that mistake in qualifying. He would have liked to have taken pole, but had to make do with 2nd place, but went for this hard tyre strategy. And opted to go long. He hung on to 3rd in the first couple of corners, watched as the top 2 pulled away, and then has just pitted very late and has come out and just absolutely flown back up to the leaders and retaken the lead of the race. Sorry about that, lost the headset for a second. Right, so lap 27. Lewis leads now by 3.5 seconds. Still these 2 fighting hard for 3rd. Tech Support has done well as well. From 10th on the grid, he's up to 4th. Craymole now gets past Thomas Soon, but Thomas Soon coming back again. And Thomas Soon, I think, was just ahead at the DRS detection point there. So Craymole's going to get the DRS. But Craymole... Thomas Soon is, well, he's not afraid to get his elbows out, is he? We've seen that already. Tom Inferno's past Sniper. And up into 7th position. Phoenix Grey is in 9th. And Thomas Soon somehow clinging onto a point. He's had cars going past him left, right and centre, but somehow he's still hanging on to the point. And there goes Craymole round the outside. And another great move there, and Craymole's into 10th place. We're on the penultimate lap now, lap 28. Lewis leads by 5 seconds, and Adam Fleetwood once again gets past Meatball. And that could be crucial. But Meatball is coming back at him once again. No, he isn't. Meanwhile, they had no battery enabled at all there up that straight. So I think that might have been a tactical thing. And go for it again on the what will be the start of the last lap. Oh, that was Meatball's bullet! Meatball spins it out of turn 8. And he might not just lose the chance for second, he might even lose the podium. He's got a lot of damage to his front wing. What a mistake from Meatball in the closing stages. And don't be confused, that's not Goblin in front of Tech Support. That is Davis, who's a lap down, but Tech Support now has a great chance of a podium. What a mistake from Meatball in the final couple of laps of this race. Can he hang on to third place? He's going to be fighting like mad, the front wing, with no front wing or as much damage as he's got to the front wing. We're on to the final lap. And there is your race leader, Lewis. 8 seconds clear of Adam Fleetwood. And there is Meatball. Now, Davis is going to unlap himself here, by the looks of it. The question is, will Tech Support, we're riding on board with him, be able to get close enough to get that final podium spot? He sends blood now to Tech Support, and surely he's got a chance in the last few corners to take that third place. Look at how much closer he is, and, well, I mean, Lewis is going to have DRS as well. Meatball's going to have DRS. So he's just not going to have to turn in, surely. Especially into corners like this. But meanwhile, Lewis, after a brilliant drive, he wins the opening race of the season. Lewis wins in Bahrain. Adam Fleetwood's going to take second. Tech Support has taken third. Adam Fleetwood takes second place, and Tech Support snatches the podium away from Meatball right at the end. Goblin, a quiet race really for him. Takes 5th. Ali takes 6th. And, no, why is Meatball showing as DNF on the screen? Not sure what's happened there. But anyway, they're all coming through. So Tommy Inferno 6th, Sniper 7th. So Cramol 8th. Phoenix 9th. And with the penalty, Thomas Soon somehow gets 2 points. And Mr. Blobby gets the last point as well. So Matty Jones 12th, Cam McKenzie takes 13th. Meatball's out of this race, apparently, according to the screen. And then Cinders comes home in 14th position. What a race. And, well, driver of the day, the fan vote went to Adam Fleetwood. And, do you know what? I'm going to give my driver of the day to Lewis because... great strategy from him, and it worked out perfectly for him in the end. There you see confirmation of the result. Let's get the top 3 in. I can't get Adam Fleetwood in, unfortunately. But hopefully I'll be able to get Lewis and Tech Support. At the very least, I've got Lewis. So, Lewis, just make sure your audio is included, please, so that everyone can hear you on the stream. Well, what a race. First of all, let's just talk about qualifying. I mean, you look like you had the pace, a bit of a mistake in your final run in Q3. Do you think you could have taken pole position but for that error?
Oh yeah, easily. Locked up in turn one, and then it was just me scrapping back the time then, and little mistake, and it all went again. So um, yeah, I think I'd have got pole position, but maximised it at the end of the day. So I can't be too angry with my performance.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did that influence your decision on the strategy for the race? You started on hard tyres, no one else around you did, or was that always your plan?
My initial plan was to do the two stop. I was thinking that the soft hard, and then I had a look and I thought meat bowl fleets were on softs, so I'm gonna try and give myself an edge, and then must have got I don't know about 12 laps in, and I was still setting around 5 tenths off my best lap. So I thought I'm just gonna extend them because they wasn't catching me quick enough. So I
Yeah, I mean the pace you had when you came out of the pit lane. I mean, 6 seconds in 2 laps. Um, were, was there any sort of tyre concerns heading into the last bit of the race? Did you think you might have overcooked it, or were you fairly comfortable with your tyre wear?
um no, I was comfortable, especially on the hard. I thought the hard was gonna be a lot worse, but coming onto that soft, I thought if the hards have been better than I expect the soft to be better than expected, and they did well. So they
Yeah,
gelled on for
definitely.
me.
Yeah, and looking ahead to the rest of the season, obviously we saw Meatball lose his podium at the end, but do you think, judging on this weekend, it looks like it's pretty close between you and Meatball at the top with Adam and Goblin not far behind? Do you think that is going to be the pattern heading forward?
Yeah, I think tech support will definitely be in there as well. Got himself a good podium as well. So there's at least five drivers all in the mix, definitely.
Excellent. Well done on your race victory, and hope to see you next week.
Cheers, thank you.
No worries. So thank you very much to everyone who has joined me this evening. It's been great to have so many of you tuning in tonight. It'd be great for me to be back as well. Please do join us again next week. It's the Chinese Grand Prix at Shanghai. I hope I'll be about as well. But until then, thank you to everyone who has joined. And until next week, good night.